where you say the first sentence of the book, and the person who's blindfolded has to guess what book it is. And if you guess it on the first sentence, you get 3 points. Second sentence, you get 2 points. Third sentence, you get 1 point.
And if you don't guess it at all, you get 0 points.
And I'm keeping score in our little book.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Let me read it.
Yeah.
Around midnight, her eyes at last took shape. Want to go to the second sentence?
No.
Around midnight, her eyes at last took shape.
Second sentence.
The look in them was feline, half determined, and half tentative, all trouble.
What?
Okay, third sentence. Yes, they were just right, those eyes.
What? Are you sure I've read this?
Yes! We were literally just talking about this.
Yeah, you said you loved it.
Do you give up?
No.
Oh, yeah, you gotta show them.
Who's a cat?
I don't... What? There's a cat.
Feline.
Oh. The look in them was feline.
Okay, I'm gonna read you all 3 sentences. Around midnight, her eyes at last took shape. The look of them was feline, half determined and half tentative, all trouble. Yes, they were just right, those eyes.
It's fallen! Okay, I've read it in 15 years.
I had just come to accept that my life would be ordinary when extraordinary things began to happen. Would you like the second? Would you like the second sentence?
Read the first one again.
I had just begun to accept that my life would be ordinary when extraordinary things began to happen. The first of these came as a terrible shock, and like anything that changed you forever, split my life into halves, before and after.
What in the darkest minds?
Wrong.
Third sentence.
You're gonna get it now. Like many of the extraordinary things to come, it involved my grandfather, Abraham Portman.
The Alchemist.
You suck. It's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
The Alchemist.
The Alchemist has a grandfather in it.
So does this, and he dies.
Okay, first sentence. There would be no harvest.
I'm trying to think of the first. Oh, God. Okay, second sentence.
The spring rains woke the dormant tillers. The bright green shoots sprang from the moist earth and rose like sleepers stretching after a long nap. Long sentence.
Infancy?
Correct!
I knew by the way you were laughing that I didn't like the book, so I was like... The streets of Southwark were dark and deserted.
The air smelled of water weeds, sewage, and dead fish.
That's Atlantia.
Nope.
Wrong.
How about if you guess it wrong, that eliminates 1 point?
Okay.
No!
Yeah, that'd be fair.
Read it again.
Or half a point. That eliminates half a
Read it
point.
again.
The streets of Southwark were dark and deserted. The air smelled of water weeds, sewage, and dead fish. He instinctively held her hand more tightly.
I want to say it's one of the Divergent.
Just
Allegiant. No. I don't know.
Sapphire blue.
Sapphire blue.
I was sitting at the edge of a clearing, trying not to stare at the body on the ground in front of me. I was sitting at the edge of the clearing, trying not to stare at the body on the ground in front of me.
Second sentence.
Dad had said we'd be done before dark, but it had been hours since the sun went down and he was still only waist deep in the hole, throwing shovelfuls of dirt over his shoulder. You want me to read them both again?
Yeah.
I was sitting at the edge of the clearing, trying not to stare at the body on the ground in front of me. Dad had said we'd be done before dark, but it had been hours since the sun went down and he was still only waist deep in the hole, throwing shovelfuls of dirt over his shoulder.
Oh my God.
Third,
Yeah.
even though it was covered in the burlap shroud, I could see how wasted Grandpa's body was.
Is it Hollow City?
Oh my
From
God.
the beginning. I was sitting at the edge of the clearing, trying not to stare at the body on the ground in front of me. Dad had said we'd be done before dark, but it had been hours since the sun went down. He was still only waist deep in the hole, throwing shovelfuls of dirt over his shoulder. Even though it was covered in the burlap shroud, I could see how wasted Grandpa's body was. You give up.
Yeah.
The 11th plague.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Obviously, I'm not dead, but it's safer for her to think so.
Oh my god, I know this. I know this.
See, that's what I thought for the 11th plague, too.
My mother thinks I'm dead.
Obviously, I'm not dead, but it's safer for her to think so.
Okay, third sentence.
At least twice a month, I see my wanted poster flash on the Jumbotron scattered throughout the downtown Los Angeles.
Legend.
Okay.
Okay, you ready, Paige?
Yeah.
She spoke to him before the world fell apart. Before we go, Alexis is winning by 2.5 points to 0-0. So, yeah.
Okay, next sentence.
Hey, are you still asleep?
Are you serious? Third sentence.
Blank shifted in his bed, felt a darkness around him like air turned solid, pressing in. All of it?
Yeah.
She spoke to him before the world fell apart. Hey, are you still asleep? Blank shifted in his bed, felt a darkness around him like air turned solid, pressing in. Done?
Yeah.
The Scorch Trials!
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed it either. This is a good one.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
There was one thing waiting in the darkness. Second sentence?
Mhm.
It was ancient and cruel and paced in the shadows, leashing his mind. I'll read it all together. There's a thing waiting in the darkness. It was ancient and cruel and paced in the shadows, leashing his mind.
Third sentence.
It was not his world and would have been brought here to fill him with its premortal cold.
Is it a Harry Potter?
I don't know.
Is it?
I'll read it all together. There was a thing waiting in the darkness. It was ancient and cruel and paced in the shadows, leashing his mind. It was not of his world and had been brought here to fill him with its premortal cold. Done?
I
I
give
am
up.
so cute. I played the flute.
Alexis is gonna win, if in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
So either way, I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
I think y'all should buy me a book for that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
And I think you should buy me a book for just living and breathing.
Why?
Because I mean, I'm an amazing person.
No.
You should buy me books.
Okay. The two men appeared out of nowhere, a few yards apart in the narrow moonlit lane.
The second sentence?
For a second, they stood quite still, wands directing at each other's chest,
Oh God! Which one is
Then-
it?
recognizing each other.
Okay, it's
They
not the
stowed
first
their
one.
wands beneath their cloaks and started walking briskly in the same direction.
The Half-Blood Prince.
Nope.
Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows.
Yeah!
So 3 points for me.
Shut up.
0-0.
Right. So that was the first sentence challenge. Or the what challenge? The what challenge?
The first...
Blindfolded book challenge.
No, that's not it.
Yes, it is.
That's another
No,
challenge.
it's not. That's what it
It's
is.
the blindfolded first sentence book challenge.
Oh, whatever.
You get the point.
Ooh. Anyway. No, it's just a text from my mom.
Tell them to shut up.
Oh, by the way,
What?
I have a dentist appointment.
You may want to floss.
I have a dentist. I hate dentists.
I love the dentist.
All right. Anyway, we will see you next week with our...
February TBR.
Okay, so goodbye. See you for February TBR. We might be in the same clothes, but it's all good. Bye.
Bye.
Sayonara.
15 years.
Okay, I'm going.
Bogus.
Hold this.
I'm out.
Drop the
No,
mic.
you go. Y'all are dating forever. Just pick a
2 points.
Okay.